Thanks, Freak. Doublelift, congratulations, but you had fans worried coming into playoffs, but after the clean 3-0 sweep today, you guys are looking again like that #1 team in the scene. What's this win like for you, especially after the rough week 9?
Well, it wasn't just a rough week 9. I think we went into scrims for playoffs. We had 2 weeks of preparation, and we would go on consistent like 14 or 15 game losing streaks in practice, and we were just absolutely terrible. So I think somewhere along the way, like after we secured first seed, we kind of like lost the Team Liquid way, and we lost our play style, and we basically just completely forgot how to win. And I think a few days before we played today, we were actually just thinking like, we had a lot of serious talks about like, well, why can't we win games anymore? Like what happens? And we look back on our previous performances. Earlier in the split, we were stomping people, and it was like, well, what happened to that? Like now when we practice, we're like losing all 3 lanes, and like we don't know what to do. So I was really shocked that we won today. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had no expectations. We had like a 20% win rate coming up to this. So just really grateful. We were able to win, and I think the experience really shows. Like our team's experience really shows. I think we were really clutch when it mattered the most.
Well, I spoke with Kane before this, and he said almost exactly what you did, that you guys were in a practice slump over the past few weeks, and that it wasn't until this week that you guys were able to pull yourself out of it. So from your perspective, like, what was it that snapped you guys out of it?
I think we just completely forgot, like, how... I don't know, I don't want to, like, sound super corny, but we just, like, forgot, like, what we do as a team. Like, we forgot, like, the Team Liquid... the way to play League of Legends. Like we have a way to play, and we weren't doing it. We weren't executing on it, and we started like just not trusting in any plays that were being called out, or I don't know. I think there was a lot of things. It was like it can never really pinpoint it to one thing. But I think today, we just said we know how good we are. We know like just how individually talented a lot of players are. Just trust each other, trust in the play, and it'll work out, and it worked out.
Well, you need to find your way because you're going to be playing TSM next week in the finals in St. Louis, and you guys already have a losing record against them. So what makes you think that you're going to be able to pull off the win this time?
Well, the slump's over, boys. I'm already practicing for MSI.
All right, and if only to make things a little bit spicier, you and Bjergsen are going to competing for your 6th trophy each, meaning that at the end of next week, one of you guys is going to have more than the other. So is there anything you'd like to say to him?
Well, I'd like to shit talk Bjergsen, but he's kind of my friend, so I really respect him. He's an incredible player. Like if you just that series, right, the C9 TSM series, if that was a worst mid laner, I think TSM was doomed. So luckily we got Jensen now, and I think he is a really good match for Bjergsen, and I think. Yeah, TSM this year, or this split, they've kind of had our number, and they stylistically have like kind of countered us. So we're just going to try our best, and I think we're better.
Well, Doublelift, I'm wishing you the best of luck with that. Don't lose your way, and again, congratulations on today. And for another interview, Pastry is standing by with Steve.
Thank you very much. I am here with Team Liquid, Steve. Now, congratulations are in order soon, but I have to ask you, bro. I'll give you a chance to defend yourself. Why'd you chicken out and pick FlyQuest instead of TSM? The people have to know.
Well, it was pick TSM for the finals, so we'd meet them there. Yeah, exactly.
Well, makes sense to me. And again, it feels like this team has just exceeded all expectations since 2018. What do you have to say to the team just with how much they've done making yet another finals?
I think they've put in the hard work. They've earned it. This match against FlyQuest, I think that it was a lot to them to come to this match and try to win, but it was pretty easy. We prepped really hard, but they didn't put up a fight. So I hope TSM does in the finals.
As you said yourself, TSM now awaiting in the finals. You get to rematch against one of the most storied doors alongside Team Liquid, and of course against Reggie. What are your expectations for the finals?
I think it will definitely be closer than this matchup. I'd love to beat Andy in the finals. That will feel really good. But it should be a good match. I think we're prepped. We've solved a lot of our problems, and we're ready to win.
Well, congratulations today. Best of luck in St. Louis. Thank you once again for talking to me. With that, we are going to throw it back to the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you, Flowers. Smoothie, at the beginning of the day, you said it would mean so much to you to beat Cloud9. So how is it for you now that you have ended their playoffs run and you are going to the finals in St. Louis?
Well, it feels absolutely amazing. I don't think I've won a game against C9 after leaving C9, so removing them from playoffs is pretty nice. Yeah.
And I mean, this is almost like a kind of like a revenge, getting a revenge against your old team, but the TSM and C9 rivalry is only getting stronger, especially after that match. So as a player who has spent time on both sides, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, C9 and TSM both have players that have, like you said, Dennis is from TSM and I'm from C9. And it's just a really intense rivalry. I think both teams are really good this year. And like we got the better of them this year, but maybe next split, they'll do well.
And looking at this series, this was a grueling 5-game series and a rough first 2 games for you guys, but then the reverse sweep. So who was your MVP for this series? Who did you think led the team?
As much as I want to say it, but I think everyone did their part, but I think, I don't know, it's so hard. Everyone did so well. I can't say.
TSM as a whole, there's tons of TSM fans. They all want to see you succeed, but you are going to the finals in St. Louis next week. Your opponent hasn't been decided yet. It's either going to be Team Liquid or FlyQuest who play tomorrow. Who do you think is going to be meeting you there?
I think it'll be close. We've been streaming versus both of them a lot. I'm going to say Team Liquid.
Team Liquid, and how do you think you're going to match up against them?
I think we've been streaming them all split, and I think we've been matching up pretty well against them, so yeah, I think we'll do fine.
Well, Smoothie, thank you, and congratulations again on the win. Everyone, please, one more time for Smoothie. That's it for us here, but Riv is standing by with another interview.
Thank you very much, Avali. I am joined by King of the Jungle, Acadian. After this semifinal series and TSM takes down C9, Acadian, walk me through the mental gymnastics of being on the brink of defeat in Game 3.
I think nobody's getting too down after the games. I think Game 1, they had like the Hecarim Terraxona draft. We weren't necessarily expecting them to like first pick that, and they did that. We weren't really ready for it, and then after 2 games, I was kind of feeling just pretty bad. I think the first 2 games, Svenskaren played way better than me, and I don't know. It was tough to stay super positive, but we ended up pulling the 3rd game out from a losing position, I think, because we just had really great flanks and like teamwork and stuff. And then after that, in the 4th game, I told everyone, I was like, I can feel it, guys. This is going to be a swift win right here. And then next game, I went like 8-1, so it was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Now in your 2nd playoff series, having your first now, what has kind of been the biggest learning experience you've been able to grab from these games?
Mostly just, I don't know, it's like crazy fun, actually. Like, you just pick up on the other team's tendencies a lot, and you start to like learn each other more. Get to like by Game 5, it's like I almost know what they're gonna do as a team, just because I've played them 4 games in a row, and I think, I don't know, it's really mentally taxing, I would say, but it's really fun. So.
Acadian, you'd have an amazing amount of growth and productivity this year throughout the split, and now you got to take on C9 in a semifinal in the playoff match, one you just said you thought could have been the finals itself. What does it mean to be a part of now the TSM legacy and now heading to the finals?
I mean, I'm really proud to be a part of TSM. I'm proud of all my teammates, proud of some of my games I've played today, but I'm just looking forward to finals, looking forward to playing in front of a huge crowd. That should be really cool. And I don't know, hopefully we win. I'm pretty confident, so.
All right, congratulations. You absolutely deserve it. Acadian, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you at finals. Back to the State Farm analyst desk to break down that game.
I am here with Bjergsen. Congratulations on winning player of the series. Now, for me, it was your Game 3 Akali that just put you way above everyone else. But what was the series like for you?
Obviously very stressful and very long with all the pauses and the really rough first 2 games. It felt like I thought we would kind of get the nerves out of the way in the Fox series because we got to play at best of 5 already in playoffs, but still I could feel it. I could feel that we weren't really on point, and it felt like, I guess we needed those losses to truly play like we had nothing to lose and really go all out.
And those first 2 games against Cloud9 of this series were the tough ones. You had the Sona and Tarek, and both of those games incredibly fast. But then after Game 2, it looked like you guys understood Cloud9 and pulled off the reverse sweep. So how were you able to pull that off?
I think just kind of calming down a little bit and knowing that, you know, now we have nothing to lose left. We just play as if, you know, as if it's 0-0 again. And I think in the first 2 games, we felt really antsy and we were kind of fighting everything and not really wanting to give a lot of things up or getting the proper position. So I think it was just about kind of recognizing these things that we're doing wrong, that we don't normally do wrong, and just having the confidence to keep playing and not feel down on ourselves just because we're 0-2.
Now, in this series, I believe you actually had your 100th playoff game. So as a veteran, are you still dealing with these nerves?
Oh, yeah, I'm a little old now, but I mean, I think there's always a little bit of nerves, but I have learned to deal with them much more than a lot of other players that haven't played as long as me. So I feel like since I'm the veteran, I have to be the one to kind of make my teammates feel comfortable and make them feel just ready to play the games. And that kind of takes the nerves off of me because I feel like I just have to focus on my teammates and make sure that they're comfortable and happy and ready to play their best.
And is there anyone from this game or from this series specifically that you'd like to shout out from your team? I spoke with Smoothie and he's like, everyone on TSM did great.
I think Acadian, he didn't play very well the first few games, and I didn't know if he really had it in him to play well in a series like this, but he got better and better every game. He had a really good Rek'Sai game where C9 felt like they had to take his Rek'Sai away in the last game, and then he picked Kindred, and he played really well on the Kindred, maybe better than I've seen him playing Kindred before. So I'm just really happy for Matt that he managed to reset in between the games and come back and play so strongly in the last couple games.
Well, I'm very excited to see both him and the entire team play in the Sheafitz Arena in St. Louis. But your opponent hasn't been decided yet. It's either going to be Team Liquid or FlyQuest. Who do you expect to meet there?
Obviously, TL has looked really strong all split, but I think the best of 5 can definitely go either way. I think that the teams play very differently and they have very different kind of champions and play styles. So I can't really say who we'll be facing, but I think most likely just due to how long a lot of the players on TL have played and how comfortable they are in these high-pressure situations, I think that they'll take the series.
Well, I'm excited to see both that series and your final series in St. Louis. Bjergsen, thank you and congratulations again. For more on the game, let's hear from the State Farm Analyst Desk.